Hello, my name is Anais. I'm the author and creator of Orange Trails. This is a space where we talk about meditation, manifestation, and travel. So I will be giving you the tips for a solo traveler in a new city. You don't have to travel across the water to get yourself adjusted. In fact, you can do a lot of practices right in your own hometown to get you prepared for traveling to a new city. And if you've already traveled to a new city by yourself, but you feel very lost, confused, and don't know how to mesh, this is for you. Tip number 1, do the inside stuff outside. I like to paint during my pastime, write poetry, work on my blog, do a lot of different things, and when I move to a new city, I am always outside. And by that, I don't mean at the club or a lounge or even at some kind of party. Sometimes I'm just at the cafe, or I'm in a local park, or I'm at some restaurant. Instead of cozying up with your laptop on the couch, try doing that at a cafe or somewhere else. I even met somebody standing in line in a concert. You can meet people literally everywhere. You just have to go outside. And if you're afraid of looking silly or you don't even know what to do, just take your favorite hobby and do it in a different location. It'll get you adjusted to your environment and your atmosphere and make it feel a little bit more like home. Tip number 2, take yourself on dates. Get dressed up, put on your favorite makeup or your favorite dress or suit, whatever you want to wear, and go out and take yourself to somewhere really nice. You could go to the museum by yourself, look at art. You could feed the ducks at the park. Whatever you want to do, just take yourself out and really make it intentional. Who do you want to be in this new city? What legacy do you want to leave when you depart from it? Who are you, and how do you interact with your new environment and your new atmosphere? Whether you're in this new city for a few days, a few months, or even permanently, you just don't know how to connect yourself with this atmosphere. When you're taking yourself out on dates, these are really good times to establish who you will become in this new city. Tip number 3 is putting yourself in position to make friends. That sounds it sounds easier said than done, but it really isn't. You can join groups like meetup.com, or most recently, I found out a really good way to make connections is doing a 5K. Not only are you getting into shape, but you're meeting some really interesting people. Business owners, investors, people who do charity. You're meeting a lot of really cool people on this 5K, and whether you're running or jogging or walking, you get to really find out a lot about your community and the people who live and work in it just like you do. You can look up online your local 5Ks and just start practicing running in the park. You can just start practicing for it. One of my favorite things to do is just scroll on Instagram, hashtag things to do your city. You can find a lot of really cool things to do in your city. When I was throwing events, that's the hashtag I used to use, and I found a lot of really cool people who really just wanted something to do. They were able to explore Houston, meet local Houston artists, and me, of course. I loved it. Whenever I'm moving to a new city or if I'm traveling somewhere for an extended period of time, this is the hashtag I use to find out what's going on. My interest is spoken word and poetry, so I just type in open mic night, the city, and I go out and explore exactly what I want to see, and I get to meet really cool people along the way. Tip number 5, become a regular. Now, if you are in the service industry, you know exactly what I mean. There are people who come to the same restaurant every single day or every other day or multiple times in the same week. And they come all the time, so much so that they're able to interact with the staff by first name basis. And the staff is like, oh, hey Joe, how are you doing today? How's your wife and kids? And what's going on with that rhinoplasty you've got lined up? You do establish a connection. Maybe at first it could be a little awkward, but the more you get comfortable with going to the same place all the time, the more the staff recognizes you, the more you recognize more regulars, the more you can get to know people in your city. Personally, I did have a favorite cafe that I went to in Atlanta that I found really cool, and I try to still go as much as I can, and I was able to even see the same people over and over again. Hey, what do you do for a living? Or what are you working on? just small conversations. My last piece of advice, pick a topic and find multiples. My thing was cafes. When I first moved to Atlanta, I wanted to try every cafe in the area that I stayed. And I explored so much of Atlanta just finding cafes that I like, writing them down as soon as I saw them. Some people really like restaurants or Thai food, maybe different museums that catch their eye, or maybe you want to find all the parks in your area. It's a great way to explore, and you kind of have a purpose when you go out. I'm going to try this cafe today, and I'm going to find out who has the best mocha latte that I've been looking for. It's a fun little game, and you get to explore your new atmosphere. No matter how long you're staying or what you're doing, first of all, kudos to you for having the courage to be a solo traveler. It's really great, and you get to explore so much of the world that way. You don't have a lot of things holding you back, you're adventurous, and you have a lot of bravery to do something on your own. Maybe it's a little scary at first, but these are the tips that help me whenever I go to a new city or whenever I'm moving somewhere new, which is very often. I love using these tactics to try to get myself acclimated to my new environment. Hopefully these tips helped. The next time you're out doing your solo traveling, you can implement these tips to make it a little bit more comfortable. Be sure to follow the blog at orangetrails.co for more information on meditation, manifestation, and travel. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and hopefully you have an amazing, wonderful, and peaceful rest of your day.